Here's a paradox for you. What's infinity plus 1? Or infinity times 2? Sounds like a simple question, right? But here's the twist. Does infinity even behave like a normal number? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the concept of infinity and how it messes with everything we think we know. By the end of this video, I promise you'll look at infinity in a whole new way. Hey there! Welcome to my channel Beyond the Graph, the place where numbers tell stories and letters make sense. But before we get into the video, I just want to thank you all for the comments and views for my latest math video. And if you want to support me somehow, just watch the video till the end. Thank you and enjoy the video. We talk about infinity all the time, mostly in abstract everyday terms. Think about it. The number of stars in the sky or time is infinite. But what do we really mean when we say something is infinite? Usually we're describing something that has no end, something that just keeps going and going forever. Take time, for instance. In everyday language, we think of it as never-ending thing, forever. Something that doesn't stop. But what happens when we start taking this idea of infinity into the realm of maths? That's where things get tricky. In maths, infinity isn't something we use like normal numbers. Instead, it represents a concept, an idea of something that doesn't have a boundary or an end. We see infinity come up in calculus when we look at limits, or in set theory where we talk about the size of infinite sets. Take this example from calculus. As x approaches infinity, 1 divided by infinity approaches 0. But infinity isn't itself. But infinity itself isn't actual a number. But infinity itself isn't actually a number we can plug into an equation. It's more like a way of describing what happens as something keeps growing endlessly. Then there's set theory, where infinity appears when we talk about infinite sets. The set of all natural numbers, for instance 1, 2, 3, and so on, never ends. It's unbounded. But, and this is the key, infinity isn't a number you count to. It's a way of saying this set just doesn't stop. To help clear things up, this set is going to continue, but there's no chance that you will find a number like infinity from the end. This is because if you would think the biggest number you could think of, let's say first 100 million, you can always add 1, right? But if we add 1 to infinity, it's still infinity, right? Some people, more in the world of advanced maths, do treat infinity like a number in certain cases. For instance, in something called extended real numbers, we consider infinity as part of the number system. You could even say infinity plus 1 or infinity times 2 in this system. But still, infinity plus 1 is infinity, and infinity times 2 is infinity. In this system, infinity behaves like a placeholder for something that is unbounded. So adding 1 or multiplying it doesn't change its status. In a sense, infinity can act like a number, but it's still not a regular number like 1, 2 or 1,000. Now we're about to hit you with a mind-blowing result. Not all infinities are the same size. Consider the set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. This set is infinite, no doubt, but what about the set of real numbers between 0 and 1? You might think that both sets are infinite, right? But the set of real numbers between 0 and 1 is actually larger than the set of all natural numbers. Mind blown, right? Even though both are infinite, there are more real numbers between 0 and 1 than there are natural numbers in this set. Because between any two real numbers, you can find infinitely more numbers. So infinity isn't just big, there are different sizes of infinity. And that's a huge counterintuitive result. If we talk a little bit about philosophy, some argue that infinity isn't real in the same way as other numbers. It's just a mental construct. Others believe that infinity is a true part of the universe, something that exists beyond our understanding of finite quantities. So, is infinity a thing, or is it just a boundary we can never reach? So, to wrap things up, is infinity a number? Well, it's not simple as yes or no. Infinity is a concept that we use in math to describe things that never end. But it's not like other numbers. It's bigger than anything we can count, and in some cases, it can even act like a number. And remember, the next time you think about infinity, remember, not all infinities are created equal. Some are bigger than others. But that was it. Thanks for sticking with me through this wild ride. If you enjoyed this and want more mind-bending math content, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, make sure to comment what do you want to see next. But for now, see you next time.